So many people have sent me this trailer for Viking City Builder. And when I say so many people, I mean hundreds of people. They're like, make a video about this, and this looks so good. And I've checked it out, and I've known about it for quite some months now. But it's only now that I've really clicked, where have I seen this before? Why does it look so similar? And then I put it side by side with a game called Manor Lords, the trailer for that, and my, does this get interesting. I'm sure you've seen Playway games around quite a lot. They're a pretty well-known games company and they publish a lot of games. Now, this video really isn't going in depth about them as a company and what they've been doing with their other games. There will be a video on that later this week. However, today I'm talking specifically about their trailer for Viking City Builder. You see, Manor Lords is a game that I've showed so much on this channel. It's a game that I think most of you guys that are watching this cannot wait for. It looks brilliant. Taking people into this medieval world, building up your villages, using diplomacy to make allies or even enemies, going into wars with these RTS style battles, and it looks so gorgeous and in depth. The graphics look brilliant and the mechanics look so refined. And you know what's even better? It's made by one person, a solo developer, Slavic Magic, and my, can I not wait for it. But Viking City Builder also looks like that. This looks like a city builder that's immersing you in this Viking world with these RTS style battles, using diplomacy to talk to other people, making friends and enemies, and my, does it look gorgeous. And you can see by the comments that people are excited for this as well. But first off, that really caught my eye is the name, Viking City Builder. Now, I am sure most people understand that this is a terrible name for a game, but also to me, this just sounds like a placeholder name, as if the game is just an experiment at this point. So I went in deeper. I looked at the trailer and I went through it, and I started to realize something. Okay, this trailer is almost exactly the same length as a Manor Lords trailer. That's nothing fishy. But these shots are very similar. You have these overworld shots of seeing the beautiful landscape that has been crafted. You then see the colonists working, mining, farming, even hunting. Then people training, growing up armies, and of course going to battle in RTS style battles. It's very weird. I even put these two trailers side by side, and side by side you can see how similar they are. Some of the cuts are even the same. They're almost identical. But then it goes even further. Looking at this trailer, you can see the building mechanics that has made Manor Lords famous for looking so brilliant. It looks almost identical. Look at how Manor Lords builds its roads. Then look at the UI in Viking City Builder when they build roads. Even the actual textures and design of these roads look almost exactly the same. And then I thought about it more. What you can see in Viking City Builder doesn't actually look like gameplay. Of course, this is just my opinion and what I think it looks like. I obviously had to be very careful with exactly what I say here because I don't want to start a war. However, what we can see in Viking City Builder looks very pre-rendered. It reminds me of those mobile ads, you know, those gameplay bits that say they're their actual game, but they're actually just some pre-rendered stuff, and that's what this feels like. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it looks very similar to me. And then you hear the synopsis of this game, how this game is being billed as a solo developer RTS. Manor Lords is a solo developer RTS. And then you see the dates that they were published. Viking City Builder seems to be taking exactly what Manor Lords has put in its trailer, exactly its mechanics, and exactly what it promises to be, and then they're making their own version of it. However, this is saying it is pre-alpha gameplay, but to me at least, this looks very pre-rendered. You see, what is being called gameplay looks nothing like how someone would actually play a game. Now, Playway Studios have actually in the past put out real trailers with real bits of gameplay, and it looks great. You can see an Egyptian city builder, which, yes, is another one like this, but they actually show something that looks like real gameplay. This looks like a game that's actually being developed. However, Viking City Builder really doesn't look that same way. It doesn't have that same feel. And then it hit me. I'll go into this in more detail in a later video, but Playway Games, who are the publisher of this, seem to have a marketing strategy where they make these pre-rendered gameplay trailers of games that are just ideas at this point, and then it looks like they make a sort of CGI pre-rendered concept and put it out there. They see what people think about their game, and the games that people really like and really want to see, they'll go and make that full game and get the developers on board. Whilst that, its sole point, isn't actually a bad thing. That's actually a decent way of trying to gauge what fans will actually actually want to play. I don't think there's a problem with doing that. Unfortunately, it's when you completely copy the trailer of a game that already exists, especially around the same time and saying it's going to release at a similar time as well, because this can really harm a game like Manor Lords, which is a truly solo developed game. I can imagine someone will watch Viking City Builder first and then they realize, okay, this kind of looks like a more CGI ad than anything. Then they go over to Manor Lords where it's an actual gameplay trailer with actual footage that you can actually play, and it looks so similar, and they just assume that that's another pre-rendered bit of footage as well rather than actual gameplay, which it is in Manor Lords' case, and that can be so damaging to a game. I mean, let's take a look at some of the RTS style gameplay that's in this Viking City Builder. It looks brilliant, don't get me wrong. What they're showing here looks fantastic, but it feels too set out. And of course, all gameplay trailers will be like this. They'll be exactly what the developer wants you to see. However, it doesn't look like someone's actually playing it. It looks like a computer has already rendered what's going on the screen and what's going to happen later on. Even some of the shots of moving through the battles and seeing exactly what's happening with soldiers clashing on the front line is a shot taken exactly from the Manor Lords trailer. It's uncanny. There's no way this is a coincidence. It has been completely ripped from that and put into this. And this is where I have my final conclusion. I think what Playway are doing with their market research and trying to find games that people actually want to play is quite clever. They've done it in a way that is very low risk, and I think it's kind of a good way of doing it. However, calling it gameplay is one thing, but then copying actual gameplay from an actual game that is really being made by not a AAA company but a small solo developer is so damaging. And Manor Lords doesn't have any copyright on the type of game that is being made there, but it's when the trailer side by side is so exact, it's so purposely copied from that trailer, that I seriously don't believe this could be a coincidence. But I'll let you guys decide that on yourself. I think Viking City Builder could actually be a game one day. I think they've seen enough support of people in the comments saying, hey, this looks really, really good, and they will eventually get a developer on it and they'll make an actual game from it. However, what this is doesn't look like gameplay to me. It looks like pre-rendered stuff that they've just put together to show people what they could make in the future, but called it actual gameplay. And whilst it very much could be, from what I can see, I don't believe that is the case. But I'll let you guys make up your decision for yourself. Do you think Viking City Builder is actual gameplay? Do you think this trailer is actually someone playing the game and recording it? Or do you think it's just a pre-rendered copy from the Manor Lords trailer that I've shown you on the screen side by side? Please leave your comments down below and I'll be sure to check up on it. As I said, I will make a future video talking about Playway games and going a little bit more in depth about what they're doing. Whilst I don't think it's all bad, there are a few things that I really don't agree with, and one of them is this: copying a small developer that can't really stick up for themselves in this kind of case, to the point where it could be detrimental to the sales of a game like Manor Lords. So please go and support Manor Lords, go and check out their Discord, and I don't think Viking City Builder should be shunned completely and called a scam. I do think they probably need to change the way they advertise this sort of thing. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, leave a dislike if you didn't. But until then, I will see you in the next one.